Hi, I'm Caroline, one of the facilitators of the Happy Cafe in Ely. Thanks for your interest in our video that provides a bit more insight into what Happy Cafe does and why we do it. Before the video, I just popped on to make an announcement. We're really happy to be able to say that from the end of September 2020 through to December 2020, we'll be running evening Happy Cafes once a month. The last Thursday of every month from 7 p.m. online, we'll be running a 1 hour Happy Cafe. And then hopefully if there's enough interest, we'll be able to continue with those once a month evening Happy Cafes and at some point be able to meet face to face. I hope you enjoy this video. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.
Happy Cafe, take 4. Hi, I'm Vicky and this is Caroline. We're both facilitators with Happy Cafe Ely, and we're here today to tell you a little bit more about Happy Cafe. So Caroline, would you like to kick us off and give us an overview?
So Happy Cafe is part of a larger organisation called Action for Happiness. Action for Happiness are a brilliant group of people that are committed to sharing research-based information that we can use to take action to be more happy, more content, more joyful. The things I like about them is they're science-based, so it's well-researched knowledge, and that they are focusing on realistic actions that we can all take. The Happy Cafe is a part of the Action for Happiness movement. They are voluntary run, they're all over the country, and they are informal gatherings where people who are neighbours and part of a community can share their own ideas based on the 10 keys for happiness. Oh. So the 10 keys for happiness are a kind of a summary. Who doesn't love an acronym? And they have been summarised as great dreams. For instance, acceptance is one of them, and meaning. And we use great dreams as themes for the discussion topics for the Happy Cafes that we run. So shall we do some practicals? The Happy Cafe in Ely runs in Julia's Tea Rooms, which is on the High Street. They are the first and third Wednesday of every month, which means they're not fortnightly. So the first Wednesday and the third Wednesday of every month, and they're at 10:30. They start at 10:30 and they run till 12. But like you say, you're never late to a Happy Cafe. You can turn up whenever you like. You can leave whenever you like. If you stay 10 minutes, we don't mind. We're just happy to see you. And we always have somebody there to welcome you. And we will take you aside and give you a little bit of a background on the Action for Happiness, the 10 keys, and the approach that we take for Happy Cafe, focusing on positive action to be happier. So, like I said before, sometimes there's just a few of us, probably no more than 10. The other thing I thought worth saying was, whilst we were in lockdown, we moved on to Zoom. So we're still currently running online Happy Cafes, and all the information that you could need about Happy Cafe Ely is on the Facebook page, which is at Happy Cafe Ely. And then the final thing to say is that we do run about once a year an evening course called Exploring What Matters, which is a more formal course, very different to the Happy Cafes. But if you're interested in that, you can always reach out through the Facebook page.
And actually that's a great opportunity to say what we don't do at Happy Cafe as well. So Happy Cafe isn't about counselling or therapy. It's not for only people that are suffering with low mental fitness. It's for all of us. We still go when our mental fitness is positive as well. So it's important to maintain that. So it's not about just the negative. There's no framework. We're not experts. There's no theory, and we certainly don't take ourselves too seriously. It's very much about facilitating having positive conversations around action that we can take. for ourselves, and if we are in a positive place mentally, for others as well in our community. So it is from whatever your starting point is, it is about then elevating and creating that happiness in your lives, as Caroline mentioned earlier. And just to repeat as well what Caroline said earlier, that it is research based, so it's not just about feeling better or feeling good. We are using resources that we know to work, which is heavily based in that research.
It happened to be, we were prepping for this session, not that you'll necessarily be able to tell, but yesterday outside Cafe Nero's, because we couldn't go in Julia's, which is where we'd usually be, and one of our regulars, Stuart, walked past, and so we quizzed him about what Happy Cafe was for him, and this is what he said. He said, it's like oiling the wheels in motion.
Yeah.
So wise. You get to meet like-minded people. It's nice, relaxed atmosphere, and it engages your brain, makes you think. How has Happy Cafe contributed to your life in the year that you've been attending?
Oh wow! In so many ways. That's a big question. The lifeline that I mentioned earlier. It's been a huge lifeline for me in my ups and downs of the last year or so. But community means a lot to me. So moving to Ely just over a year ago, Happy Cafe's really helped me become part of Ely community. The fact that now walking down the street, people like Stuart I can say hello to, that's a huge impact for me. And very important. But it's also the different perspectives. I've met people who I wouldn't normally cross paths with. I wouldn't have the opportunity to cross paths with them in my day-to-day life. So to meet those people and to hear different perspectives from completely different backgrounds, I just find so nourishing. And like Caroline mentioned earlier, has brought me to tears, where I just get it gives me goosebumps thinking about it. When you know a little bit about somebody's background and they just give you such solid, make such a solid comment, like you say, wise, and it can just blow you away and really put you in your place in a fabulous way, in a great way to just help with that perspective. And it just keeps on giving, because then becoming a facilitator, it just gives in a whole different way, to be involved as a participant, but also as a facilitator. So it's given me an abundance to be involved. I can't use words to express it enough.
And we could talk about it forever,
Yeah.
I think, couldn't we? Because we are quite passionate. Not everybody's as emotional about it as we are. It's not. It's just us crying. Not everybody.
Yeah.
But so that we don't go on forever, you had some great suggestions of how we finish this session.
Yeah, so I was going to say to you to summarise and pull all of this great conversation we've had this morning together. What 3 words would you use to describe what somebody might expect to experience coming to Happy Cafe?
So the 3 words I came up with were uplifting, positive, and heartening. And what about 3 words to summarise the benefits that you could expect to gain from attending Happy Cafe?
So I think 3 words that I would choose would be nourishing, gratitude, and reflective.
Thanks so much for being interested in finding out more about Happy Cafe Ely. Check out the Action for Happiness website. It's got some really great resources. Check out the Facebook page at Happy Cafe Ely. And we hope to see you at one of our Happy Cafes.
Thanks for listening.
Have a happy day.
Shucks.
Bye. I hope you enjoyed our video. Vicky and I certainly were outside of our comfort zones, but really enjoyed making it for you. Just a reminder that September through to December, the last Thursday of every month, we will be running an additional evening Happy Cafe from 7 p.m. online using Zoom, and you can go on to Happy Cafe Ely for more details and to ask any questions. So if you're curious and even just want to pop on and see what's going on with our Happy Cafes, you're extremely welcome. Thanks again for watching. Take care.